Welcome to the CPM Customer Success podcast, where we help Office of Finance leaders find an exact solution to enhance their corporate performance without spending countless nights and weekends in the office. I'm your host, Andy Smetana with Nova Advisory. Nova Advisory is a 100% OneStream professional services diamond implementation partner. We help OneStream customers and prospective OneStream customers get the most out of their OneStream investments. Speaking of getting the most out of your OneStream investments, we have a special download available for you, which will help you get the best CPM investment decision for your organization. So check that out now on Nova Advisory's website, novaadvisory.com/podcast. You can download our free CPM Customer Success Evaluation Criteria and Selection Workbook. Each of the criteria is described in more detail in an episode of CPM Customer Success. The workbook identifies those episodes for you so you can tie back and forth, review those podcast episodes, and see how that relates to your CPM investment decision and criteria. So explore what makes OneStream unique as compared to other CPM solutions. The workbook will guide you through your CPM decision process. It's free now and available for listeners, so check that out. So on today's podcast, we'll be exploring a powerful topic that resonates with finance and accounting professionals throughout the globe. That is financial transparency and accountability. So at Nova Advisory, we know finance transformation. We work alongside our clients to tackle some of the biggest challenges they face in the modern finance landscape. And when it comes to finance transparency, it's absolutely essential. Every single client asks us about this during our implementations. So in today's episode, we'll talk more about why finance transparency matters so much in finance. We'll dive into the barriers that organizations face and how OneStream is revolutionizing the way that organizations can handle, report, and maintain compliance. So get ready for real-world insights. We'll provide best practices, and we'll even have a success story of a OneStream customer that's transformed their finance transparency through OneStream. So why all this focus on transparency? At its core, financial transparency builds trust. It reassures stakeholders that the data that they're seeing is real, it's accurate, and it's reliable. Transparency also plays a big role in compliance. Organizations today face strict reporting standards, whether it's GAAP, it's IFRS, SOX. All of these are important, they're critical, and getting them correct is a must. So for stakeholders, whether they're board members, they're frontline employees in the finance or accounting divisions, they're in your operations, understanding the financial data leads to better engagement and better decisions. It empowers everyone to make informed decisions, and it contributes to a culture of accountability. So let's talk about some of the common challenges we see at Nova Advisory when we start working with organizations, some of the challenges they face in achieving transparency. So for one, many finance departments, they still rely on manual processes. They still rely on Excel spreadsheets. And when data is scattered across multiple platforms or multiple spreadsheets or data sources or databases, that creates silos. Those silos make it harder and harder to get an accurate picture of your finances in real time. So with different departments working on isolated systems, errors, delays are practically inevitable. Every close cycle, you're reconciling, you're trying to make sense of numbers. So imagine a team pulling data from different spreadsheets, they're reconciling them by hand. It's not only time consuming, it adds risk to your organization. A single typo, an outdated formula, that can throw off an entire report and lose credibility within your organization. Then when you have regulatory pressures, organizations are required to timely and accurate report things like GAAP, IFRS, and SOX that we've touched on. And of course, regulations that are only getting stricter, There's new ESG regulations and initiatives on the way. So the demand for accuracy and real-time data is only increasing. It's creating an enormous burden for finance and accounting teams that rely on outdated tools or processes that just can't keep up with those. These regulatory requirements push organizations to improve their data handling and reporting, and that's where OneStream shines. That's how we're talking about OneStream and how OneStream can help address these challenges head on. So now let's talk about the OneStream platform solution. OneStream offers a unified platform for managing financial data, bringing information from various sources all into one place. With OneStream, there's no need to reconcile data from different systems, those different silos, those different databases, those spreadsheets. Instead, everything is centralized, which means you have real-time access to accurate financial information in one place. This single platform approach eliminates the need for manual reconciliations, and it reduces data fragmentation. So for finance teams, all of that is a game changer. So why is a single platform approach such a game changer for finance transparency? Well, when all financial data flows through one centralized platform like OneStream, it fundamentally changes how information is accessed and understood. So with traditional setups, data is scattered across multiple systems, meaning each department or team, they may be working with different versions or sources of their truth. This fragmentation creates extra work. It opens the door to errors, delays, and misunderstandings. But with OneStream, everyone's on the same page, literally. When finance teams don't have to manually reconcile data across various platforms, it's faster, it's much more accurate. There's no need for the constant back and forth or tedious comparisons between spreadsheets or reconciliations required between systems. OneStream doesn't just centralize data, it also ensures data quality is built in through validation controls. So with OneStream's built-in validations, errors are caught before they become problems. Imagine having a confidence that your data is correct, it's up to date, it's always accurate every single time. OneStream's validation services are designed to minimize errors, making sure that the data for reporting and analysis is reliable. This feature supports smoother, faster financial reporting. It empowers your teams to act on data without second guessing its accuracy, its truth, and which version is correct. Audit trails may sound technical, but they also play a crucial role in improving transparency within any financial system. So think of an audit trail as a digital paper trail. It keeps a record of every change to the data that was made, who made it, at what time, and what location, what their user role was. In the financial world, knowing who, what, and when behind any kind of data change is invaluable. And with audit trails, every action is logged from a simple data adjustment to a major report update. This means when financial reports are reviewed, either internally or externally, there's a clear history of all modifications. OneStream tracks this every single entry all along the way. This level of detail is especially important during audits or compliance checks. So if regulators or auditors can follow the trail to see exactly how financial data was handled, they can see whether any adjustments were made, and they can see who approved those adjustments. For organizations, this ability to provide transparent, step-by-step records builds trust. It shows your auditors you've maintained accountability throughout your reporting processes. In a practical sense, audit trails make it easier to identify and correct errors as well. If an unexpected discrepancy appears in the data, finance teams can look back at the audit trail. They can pinpoint the source of its issue. This traceability speeds up error reconciliation. It ensures that financial data is always accurate and your financial data is reliable as possible. By providing this level of visibility, OneStream's audit trail functionality becomes a cornerstone for financial transparency. It gives stakeholders confidence knowing they can always have a complete chronological history of financial data. And in today's regulatory environments where trust, transparency, and compliance are all paramount, this feature is not just a nice to have, it's a necessity. Of course, transparency doesn't mean everyone should see everything. OneStream offers organizations to manage user access through role-based security. This means only the right access for each specific person, and they can only control and access data that they are allowed and permissioned to see. That promotes security while still supports transparency. Each department gets the information they need without compromising sensitive information. So let's bring this to life with a real life example. A global finance leader faced significant challenges around transparency and reporting before using OneStream. Their data was fragmented across multiple systems, and reporting took days, sometimes weeks. With OneStream, they now have a single source of truth for financial data. This shift has transformed their decision-making process, where once they spent hours validating data, they now focus on analysis and strategy instead of reconciliations. OneStream doesn't just improve transparency for finance, it enhances collaboration across the organization. When data is centralized and accessible, teams from finance, teams from operations, management, they can all work together more effectively. So imagine the difference it makes when everyone's looking at the same data. Decisions are faster, they're more aligned, and backed by trusted information. So back to this client, they improved data accuracy, which led them to quicker responses to market changes and strategic insights. All of that was powered by OneStream's transparency and aligning reliable, accurate, timely information. This drove agility and clarity, and was a game changer for this organization. Now, how can organizations make the most out of OneStream's transparency features? Firstly, it's essential to use regular data reconciliation and validations. So consistent validation checks are built within OneStream. They help keep data accurate and reliable. The advisory, when we sit down and work with our clients, we provide guidance in this area so that we understand and get on the same page with their data reconciliation and validation processes within OneStream, and we configure those to align to meet their needs so that their data stays transparent and errors are caught early in the process. Training is also key. To get the full benefit out of OneStream's transparency features, users need to understand and know how to use them. So at Nova Advisory, we work closely with our clients to ensure successful training and that they have ongoing support as they adopt and become familiar with how to maximize OneStream's capabilities. When teams know how to leverage OneStream's functionality, all those transparency items we've talked about in this episode, they become a natural part of daily operations. So as we wrap up, let's recap some of the highlights of how OneStream supports transparency and accountability. OneStream's unified platform consolidates data, it aligns budget data with actuals, and eliminates those silos and manual reconciliation points. Its data validation features ensure the accuracy and reliability of every single report. Its audit trails and role-based security keep data transparent and secure, supporting compliance and accountability. And with a user-friendly design, teams can collaborate seamlessly, driving strategic decision-making across the organization. Financial transparency, it's not just about meeting regulations, it's about empowering teams and building trust. And with OneStream, organizations gain a powerful ally in this mission, transforming their approach to data and financial transparency and accountability. So let's call this a wrap. Thanks for joining this episode and listening to this episode of CPM Customer Success. Reminder, check out that CPM Customer Success, CPM Software Evaluation Criteria workbook to guide your CPM investment decisions. The OneStream capabilities we've been describing in each episode, we dive deeper into those and tie those back within the workbook. So check that out now at Nova Advisory's website, novaadvisory.com/podcast, and download the free CPM Customer Success Software Evaluation Criteria and Selection Workbook. Thanks again for listening. I'll catch you next week for another episode of CPM Customer Success.